On everybody, top of the top of the top. Owen, what's good? What's good, man? Yeah, guys, my apologies for the late start. Had a few technical difficulties, and also bear in mind that somebody is watching the Democratic convention, whatever it is that's happening right now, in a different room. So if you do hear some noise, that's because they're very heavily invested in that. What's going on right there? Reagan Riggs, my guy. Always happy to see Reagan and Owen. Pleasure to have you guys in tonight, man. Pleasure to have you guys here tonight. I'm gonna be drinking some tea, and on tonight's episode is dedicated to motivation. Motivation. Man, this tea is so good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some Cersei tea, and I actually put some Lasco in it. Right, Lasco is something that I've always loved since I was a little kid. But yeah, really tastes really great. Well, you guys want to know something? In life, man, in life. And I kind of want to wait till more people come, but it's cool. It's what we could go on for ages talking about this sort of thing, right? But in life, you're gonna have people that are gonna try to deter you. You're gonna have people to try to knock you off your pivot. They try to dim your light, right? In whatever way they can, right? Playing mind games, just to be mischievous, right? And for what reason? Why would they want to do that, right? You're not bothering anyone. You're living your truth. You're being unique. You're doing the things that you're supposed to do as a unique individual, right? But they see you and there's something about you that makes them feel like it's okay to just say whatever it is that comes to their mind about you, right? So here you are living your life, doing the things that you're supposed to do, and here comes a hater, right? And they say something to you that you internalize, right? You may take that with you into, maybe take it home or whatever it is, right? Whatever someone says to you, that's the most mean-spirited thing. You take it, you internalize it, you may take it home. And here you are interacting with your family with that energy that someone gave you, right? So instead of you converting that energy, because remember, we always talk about how energy can't be created nor destroyed. We always say that, right? So somebody comes and they're yelling at you or they're saying something mean-spirited. They type something mean about you. And you absorb that energy, right? But you don't convert that energy into motivation. So it's all good and well saying, hey, ignore that, ignore it, right? But it may be something that lingers in your mind for a little while, right? And then your ego gets attached to it, whatever it is that that person said, right? I'm online here, right? I see the trolling. Some of it be funny. I actually welcome some of the trolling. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. As long as we keep it respectable or respectable. I don't know why I said respectable, right? But yesterday, I did a live during midday, right? Midday, I did not midday. Was it midday? No. Yesterday, I did a live. I want to say maybe I started the live probably in the four-ish, maybe. Yeah, around 4 o'clock yesterday. Did a live. A lot of you guys were here. A lot of you guys know that I did that live. And here comes someone telling me, right? Because I was working at the time as well, but I also do this and I love doing this. Like, this is something I absolutely love doing, right? This is something I don't ever see myself stop doing. Whether it's 5 people in here, 18 people, 5 million, a billion, trillion, it does not matter, right? Because this is something that I love doing. And I feel like if I could impact one person in a positive way, in which I know we're impacting each other in a positive way, because not only coming from you guys, but also from me as well, right? So that spiritual tango that we're doing each night, each time that we interact, right? It's making me a better person. And I hope, right? As a matter of fact, I know that it's making a lot of you guys a better person as well. But someone tried to knock me off my pivot yesterday. But they didn't realize that I'm not the type of person that's going to be broken by those words, right? Because of the things that I've been through and because of the age, not even just the age, but the stage that I'm at in life right now, right? I realized that the things people say to you, you have a choice of whether or not you want to believe what it is that they said about you. And the only reason why you would get mad, right, about something that someone said to you that was mean-spirited is because there's a part of you that really believes what it is that they said, right? But if there's a part of you that really believes what it is that they said, now this has to be something where, not to say that you're doing this to prove anything to anyone, but maybe you want to prove something to yourself, right? To your ego, right? We're talking about the ego tonight. We're spending a little time talking about the ego, that delicate ego, right? We're not going to neglect the ego just because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? But it might affect your ego a little bit. So here you are now, attaching that negativity to your ego, not converting it, and now you're interacting with others around you in a negative way. You know what Michael Jordan did so great? Let me take another sip of this tea. He did the back foot, right? Right? And he would listen to what his opponent said about him. Whatever it is that they said about him. And he would not only absorb that energy, but convert that energy into being a complete beast. Right? Figuratively, of course. On the court, of course. But here we are. Somebody might say a little mean thing online to us, right? And then we want to go into the corner and cry and curl up or quit and give up. Why? Why does it even matter what that person thinks? If what you have to offer, you know there's value in what it is that you have to offer, why are you worried about? You're not here to please everybody, right? Everybody is not going to be pleased at what it is that you're doing. Everybody's not going to love or like what it is that you're doing. And guess what? It's okay. You don't like everything everyone else is doing. To be quite frank, a lot of times you see people doing some stuff and you think to yourself, what a complete twat. What a moron. I don't even know what twat means, to be completely honest with you. But I figured that was a good place to put it. Right? But you think to yourself, what is this? What's wrong with this character? What are they doing? And sometimes it's not even that, but these people are insecure and they see you shining and they think to themselves, man, I got to dim that light right there. Man, they shining brighter than me, right? And this is where the ego, where you shouldn't be really comparing yourself to anybody like that, right? That's wasted energy. You should be trying to be the best that you can be, using your gifts and your talents and your vision that's unique to you, that the universe blessed you with. Ooh, this tea is so good. I want to drink it up before it gets cold. Right? Your life, as Jay-Z said, the great Hov said this. Hold on, give me a second. Wow, I had another bottle of water. I don't know where it went. I do not know where. Oh, here it is. Right? The great Jay-Z said this, right? Jay-Z, if you want to say he's great, or when it comes to his work of the art that he does, yes, he's great at that. Right? With the same sword they knight you, they gon' good knight you with. Right? Right? There's going to be a lot of times there are going to be people that are disguised as friends as well. There's going to be people that disguise themselves as people that wish you well. Right? And a lot of times, especially when you expose yourself, to the internet, right? Not literally like expose yourself, but you kind of put yourself out there. You kind of become prone to criticism, prone to people's insecurities, right? And it's not just putting yourself out online. This is in everyday life as well. People are going to criticize you. People are going to talk about you. People talked about all of the greatest people that you've ever seen in life. They've talked about them. They've said nasty, negative things about them. But what would happen if those people decided they were going to stop doing what it is that they were doing? What would happen if they just listened to the hater? Oh, man, I guess they're right. I'm just going to go ahead and quit now. Where's your character? Where's your faith? Where's your backbone? Where's your spirit? Where's your soul? Who are you? What defines you? Is what they say about you the thing that defines you? Or is it what you say about yourself? Eventually, the time is going to come when you have to decide what it is that you want to do or who it is that you're going to be. It's just that simple. People are going to hate. People are going to talk crap about you. And it's okay. Laugh at it. Right? I find a lot of the stuff that people say online, I find it hilarious. Like, if it's funny, I'm going to laugh. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's directed toward me, whatever it is. If it's funny, I'm going to laugh. Period, point blank. If it's not funny, if it's something mean-spirited, I'm just going to use it as motivation. Right? Right after I kick you out, of course. Like, you know what I mean? Or one of the mods get rid of you. Right? But in real life, there's been times, right? There's been times when, for instance, there's been times when I went for promotions at my job, knowing that I'm qualified based on my work ethic, based on my past experience, based on the experience that I gained, based on the work that I do, based on knowing that I go above and beyond with doing what it is that I do. And I get overlooked. Right? Do I now curl up and get mad? Am I upset with everybody that's over there? Oh, go to hell with them. No. I use it as motivation. Okay, cool. What is it that I can do for myself? Right? I understand that maybe this isn't the establishment for me. So let me go ahead and just work this for a little while. But on my free time, I'm going to do what it is that's in my life's mission, right? I'm going to do what it is that's set out for me to do, as opposed to me constantly going over here and begging these people for validation, begging these people to promote me, despite the fact that I know that I deserve this, right? So what do you do now? That's energy. That absolutely is energy. The way how you feel about that whole situation, that's energy. So now what do? Do you curl up because of that energy? Or do you use that energy to motivate you into starting a business? Maybe getting a new job. Right? There's so much that you could do after that. But some people, they stay there and they just get mad and they get bitter. And then over time, it's just resentment and hatred towards the people that work in the organization. Right? But when it's all said and done, maybe it is personal. Maybe they don't like you. Right? But don't let that stop you from doing what it is that you're supposed to do. Never let them stop you from doing what it is that you're supposed to do. You know precisely what it is that you're supposed to do. I'm saying. Anyway, let me get into some of these comments, guys. I know I kind of did a little rant or a little ramble a little bit just now, but it's one of those things, guys. You can't let your haters just get the best of you just by saying whatever it is that they want to say to you, right? Regardless of whatever it is. Use that as motivation. Use it as motivation. Not Your Average Bulls fan says, W stream, I subbed, I'm streaming too. Show a brother some love. Not an Average Bull fan, thank you so much. I definitely will show you love. Comment on this video. Like, actually leave a comment out of the live chat so that I remember who you are. And that way, yeah, we could go ahead and support what it is that you're doing as well. I am watching Quarterbanks right now. Not entirely sure what Quarterbanks is right now, but I know there is like the Democratic convention going on right now, so there's probably a lot of people watching that. Sup or jail time, y'all. I don't know what this guy's on. Andrew Tape says, "All right, guys, please repent your sins because the Messiah, King Jesus, okay, is soon coming." Okay, all right, cool, yeah. Michael Jordan says, "I'm 3 months no showers. Thanks for the insight, bro." Not everyone's a hater. Sometimes they're right, says the court. What? The court of what? The court of public opinion. Yeah, if you say so. What's up, young bro, says Art of Mine. Big up yourself, Art of Mine. Thank you so much, man. And I appreciate you for tapping in again. Thank you for enjoying my lunch with me. I appreciate that. I do remember you were there. I'm not better than anyone, but no one is better than me. But KNOW one is better than me, says this guy that's Michael Jordan. Here's the chat that made me laugh. I swear I've come across you, Elder Scrolls, says Beans. Who's Elder Scrolls? Who's Elder Scrolls? And what is Elder Scrolls? I might have heard that term before, but I'm not entirely sure what Elder Scrolls is, to be honest with you. Sounds like some Middle Ages or medieval time stuff. Good, clean advice. Big up yourself. Good, clean advice. Great to have you again tonight, man. I thought about you today. I thought about the conversation that we had last night. And I figured, anytime you guys want to debate about that in terms of God is omnipotent, right? I remember you kind of had an opposing view on that. And you believe God is an entity that exists independent of us. But I feel like at some point we got to have like a face-to-face about that. Because not to try to convert you or anything like that, but just to get a better understanding of each other's perspective, right? So if you're down for that, let me know. But yeah, I thought about the conversation today. That was a great, insightful conversation. And I sincerely appreciate it. I've grown from that conversation. And I love those type of conversations, to be completely honest with you. Comparisons is the killer of joy, says Michael Jordan. That is an absolute phenomenal statement. Yes, I actually saw that today, as a matter of fact. I saw that today. I forgot where I saw. Oh, I think. Hold on. Give me a second. I think I saw it on Instagram today where somebody said that. But, yeah, that's a synchronicity right there. Thank you so much for reiterating that. I see great minds think alike. Nathan Cheng, what's good? What's good, Nathan? Corey Bradley says people want you to do good, but not better than them. Better than them at what, though? Better than them at what? You see, that comes as a result of always just paying attention to those things that are outside of your self or your ego, right? Not outside of your true self, because again, everything is just one thing expressing itself in different ways. But outside of your ego, right? So here you are looking outward for validation, looking outward, right, at outward appearances, not knowing exactly what it is that that person is actually going through. Or what that person is doing. Probably not even caring. You only care about what it is. How can this benefit you? Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, we're not going to get too hot in here. You're only thinking about how can this situation, whatever the situation is, can benefit you. You might not know how many sleepless nights that person had. You might not have been there when that person was homeless. And now it's the point in time where now they're starting to receive their blessings. Right? Now it's their season. So now you're looking at them during their season. Not paying attention to yourself and knowing that your season will soon come as well. It's probably your season right now. But because you're so fixated on what's happening outside of you, that you're missing your own blessings. You're not paying attention to your own blessings. You're not grateful for what you already have. And not you guys, because I know most of you guys, if not all of you, are definitely grateful for the things that it is that you do have, right? So it's one of those things. We can't take any of this for granted. We can't take life for granted, right? We can't take the air that we breathe for granted. None of the simple things can we take for granted. Because if they take away the air that you breathe, you cease to exist. You understand what I'm saying? If they take away your experience, then what do you have? Right? So those simple things, be grateful for that. You may not have the Bentley or the Lamborghini right now, or the big house on top of the hill. If that's something that you aspire to get, you absolutely can have it. And you do have it. On one level, you already have it. Right? But you just got to show up. And you just got to match the vibration of the vision. Not division, but the vision. Right? I know how that might sound. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. People do want you to do good sometimes, but not better than them. You're absolutely right. Terrence B, I'm having a phenomenal night, man. It's been a minute since I saw you, man. I appreciate you tapping in with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here. What up, brother, says Emilio. Big up yourself, Emilio. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, please make sure, this is 20 minutes in. I haven't mentioned like and subscribe, but you guys already know you've been doing pretty decent on the liking tip. But as far as subscribing, I don't know yet, right? But yeah, yesterday, someone hated on us so bad. I say us, really us, so bad, right? And then I was so motivated by it that I was like, yo, you know what? We're going to stream even longer tonight. We're going to go even deeper tonight. And you know what the result of that was? Yesterday was our most viewed stream, number one, right? In terms of the amount of people that came in and out or stayed in, some of it, right? 1.7 thousand views last night, right? And views aren't everything. It's not, right? And also, in terms of the amount of subscribers from one stream, we got 21 last night. 21 new subscribers from that stream last night, right? Because the energy that person gave me, not knowing that they were helping me, probably thinking that they were going to hurt me or deter me or knock me off my pivot, I decided, no, you know what? Let's convert that energy into something great. Not to prove anything to him, but to prove something to myself. Right? And again, the universe just go ahead and shows you we live in a spiritual universe. It's governed by the intangibles. Whether or not we want to believe it, whether or not we choose to believe it, whether or not we still pay more attention to the things outside of ourselves, right? And not attention to the intangibles. It doesn't matter. And there's no such thing as somebody that's more spiritual than the other person. You may be more spiritually aware. You may be more conscious, right? But we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. That's what it all boils back down to. All of us, every single one of us, spiritual beings. So there is no such thing as, oh, this person is this high-ranking spirit. No. Right? Spiritual being, just like you. Right? That person may be more spiritually aware. That person may be more conscious. That person may be able to tap into that energy and use that energy, right? Or work along with that energy, maybe a little bit better than you are or better than you do, but that doesn't mean anything. Thrifty Simplicity says, good evening. It's always a pleasure to see your face. Thrifty Simplicity, thank you so much for joining our stream. You are a terrific, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spiritual being. And I do appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful day. But how was your day, as a matter of fact? Let us know. Thrifty Simplicity, what a wonderful, wonderful woman. Calm down with the disrespect or get out. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good, clean advice. Bro, look majestic. Thank you so much, Coyote. I appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate that. Today, I didn't even really recognize that my face was kind of, my eyes were a little bit swollen today. I don't know why. Maybe I slept too much last night, but I didn't know that. I didn't notice that until like after I did the stream. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The marathon continues regardless of how I look, right? It's about the message that's coming through. So that's what it is. All right. He says, Reagan, guys, if you're a mod, as far as being a mod is concerned, like Reagan has a complete and total understanding of whatever it is that we do here, right? So if you are a mod, Reagan, if he says something, really, like, listen to what it is that he's saying, right? Because he has this message right here. He says, hey, guys, we are all mods, but maybe let Pod read some of their not horrible because he takes those things as lessons. And sometimes he likes to read mean comments to make a lesson. Thank you so much. Yo, bravo. Bravo. To be completely honest with you. Those mean messages, they're not, guys, you don't understand. I am not affected by those mean messages, right? So number one, right? So I'm Jamaican, but I was raised in America, right? So being sort of mostly raised in America and then kind of going back to Jamaica, right? There were times when I was extremely aggressive because people sort of isolated me. Oh, he's the American kid. Look at how he talks. So this, that, and the third, right? So all of my insecurities were exposed at that time when I was a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever I got upset, I would get upset, get angry, fight, right? Because, especially when you're a teenager, all that testosterone, all that misdirected energy, right? And, not because you're not a big bad bully or anything like that, but you would react. That's what I would do. I would react. And then I realized how stupid that was. But I had to go through it in order to grow through it. Right? And now, somebody says something like that to me. Listen, man, you don't affect me in a negative at all. Right? And if it's something that sticks with me, that's definitely something that's going to be converted into something epic. Trust me when I tell you that. Right? So, guys, if you do see any comments, if it's not something like racist or something divisive, right, in any way, use your discretion where that's concerned. But if they're talking about my big nose, who cares, right? If they're talking about my big lips, who cares, right? If they say I got a mop head, I want to read it, right? Because some of those comments do be funny. I'm not going to lie to you, right? I like to laugh at them. Because it doesn't affect me, and it won't in the least bit affect how confident I am in myself at all. Like, it doesn't. And if it's something that sticks with me, it's going to motivate me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's that energy that can't be created nor destroyed, guys. But if it's something that's just some completely negative, that it definitely doesn't belong in our community, then by all means, yeah, they can hit the road. They can go to another YouTube channel that accepts that. Right? They can go somewhere else that accepts that. But here, we're just not going to accept that sort of stuff. That's not what we're about. But yeah, are you kidding me? I kind of like a little trolling every now and then. Keeps me sharp. I kind of like it. The fool's reign, says Luca. I am just anything racial, says Owen. Thank you so much, Owen. I appreciate that. Agreed, Reagan, but racial comments can go. We all can agree there. Yes, absolutely. Anything racist, pow, get them out of here, right? It doesn't matter what race it is that they're targeting, to be completely honest with you. Because here, we're all one race, and that's the spiritual race. Period, point blank. We're all just spiritual beings having a human experience. So yes, while we do identify as black or white or whatever it is on a lower level of ourselves, right? Because when it comes to this and what it is that we're talking about here, because we're such spiritual beings, we tend to focus on the intangibles a lot more, right? Because there's no such thing as this race is greater than that race. The other night we had a conversation. Last night, I believe, we had a conversation, right? And there were people in the chat, and they were saying, oh, Jesus was black. Oh, no, he wasn't. Jesus was from the Middle East. He definitely was Middle Eastern. He definitely was Arabic, right? And then you have other people that think Jesus was white. And, probably people that think Jesus was Chinese, right? But at the end of the day, what matters more than what race Jesus was, or whomever, right, is the message that person was bringing to you guys, right? And again, we distort that message, and we interpret it the way how we want to interpret it, and we manipulate it and fix it to justify some of the bullshit that we do. Can I say bullshit? Okay. Some of the bull crap that we do. You know what? Some of the bullshit that we do. Let's leave it there. Right? So we use, and right throughout history, people have used a lot of these words. Right? Used a lot of these religious institutions and religious books to do what it is that they feel like doing. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we probably will never know what race Jesus was. It's not like nowadays where we could actually record it so future generations could know what these people look like when they're talking in this day and age, right? It's not like now. Back then, they didn't have those recording devices, right? So whatever race he was, the most important thing was the message. You understand what I'm saying? So if you really do believe in Christ, which if you do, much respect, right? If you believe in him for whatever reason it is, or in any way, much respect to you, much love to you, right? But what matters more than what he looks like was the message. If you ask me, Jesus was mixed. If you ask me, Jesus was mixed with just about everything. Regardless of how he might have looked on the outside, I think Jesus was mixed with just about everything. So there you go, right? And 9 times out of 10, that's what it's really going to take, right? It's going to take people who could really unite others, right? Where people sort of, somewhat appeals to the ego, where people are able to kind of see themselves in that person, right? In certain ways. So, yeah, trust me when I tell you. Yeah, that's what I believe anyway. Is it fact? No, it's not. Illard Bornstein says, please. YouTube SOS, says Luca. Not entirely sure what that means. Hello from Hawaii. Big up to Hawaii. Big up yourself. Aloha. Aloha. As a matter of fact, girls get hiccups too. It's a clever name. Guys, please make sure that you're subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you so much for liking the video. We actually did go up 7 subscribers just now since we've been streaming. Thank you guys so much. And whoa, 23 likes. Keep pushing it, guys. 100%. Y'all are doing precisely what it is that you're doing. You're supposed to do. Bro came straight from heaven, a prophet. Not entirely sure, man. We are all spiritual beings. We all came from heaven. We all came from, I mean, if that's the name that you want to give it, right? But it's not something that's just exclusive to me, right? Everyone is just, look, guys, he's new here, so he doesn't know. So I'm going to have to say this again and again, right? Everything, everyone that you see is just one thing. It's energy expressing itself in different ways. I always use the water analogy, right? If you don't know about how I feel about water, and how I'm always talking about how water transcends dimensions and how water precipitates and evaporates and all of that good stuff, right? But we're all just spiritual beings, man. We're all just spiritual beings having this human experience, right? So there's no such thing really as separation. Only the ego really separates us, right? And we all have an ego. Let's just be honest. We all have an ego. And we all communicate through our ego at various times throughout the day. Especially if you live or work in the concrete jungle, or corporate America, or corporate Hawaii, or corporate Sweden, or corporate Africa, right? Or even if it's not corporate, right? So yeah, as long as you have an ID, as long as you have a name, as long as you identify with the race, as long as you identify as a nationality, as long as you identify as a gender or whatever, that you're always gonna have an ID, an ego, right? If you're in this third dimension, you have an ego. So sometimes we do express ourselves through our ego, right? But still, do not ever lose focus or forget the fact that we're spiritual beings. I got a question, man, says Reagan Riggs. Shoot, bro. Go ahead, man. I believe everyone goes to heaven. Hell isn't real. Not trying to upset anyone, says One With All. One With All, that's actually that's unique. That's unique. You know what I feel though? This is what I feel. This is what I believe. I believe the vibration that you were in, right? The vibration, the dominant vibration that you were in while you were alive, right? That's the vibration that you're going to continue to be when you transcend this dimension, especially if you were in that vibration right before you passed away, right? Everything is vibration. I don't know about heaven or hell. I don't know about heaven or hell. But I feel like if you were in a low state of vibration here, and that's the state of vibration that you lived in, or you resided in, I feel like you're going to reside in that sort of frequency until you incarnate again, right? In which us having parents and us walking around looking like our parents or our grandparents or our forefathers, right? That's also a sign of reincarnation as far as I'm concerned as well. What you said is true. I'm at the point now in my life where I have to figure out what I want and need to do, says Terrence B. Big up yourself, Terrence B. If you feel like sharing with us, man, go ahead and share it with us. We are literally the universe in all its perfection. Absolutely one with all. Absolutely one with all. Jessica says, hello. How are you, Jessica? How are you tonight? Virgie Young says, definitely. Big up yourself, Virgie Young. Oliver says, pause. Don't even know what he's talking about. Okay, so Terrence B says, infant, son, 2 jobs, not easy. Terrence, that can't be easy. Especially when you got an infant son. So chances of you getting sleep, you're probably not getting much sleep and still having to wake up and do 2 jobs as well. So I completely understand what it is. It was a point in my life where I had to work 2 jobs in order to take care of my family as well at one point. And then there was another point where I had to work multiple jobs to take care of my family, right? But at this point, I just realized, man, you know what? Just take it easy. Try to work smarter, not harder. You understand what I'm saying? So research, do some research, right? Apply yourself to, maybe the gig economy, right? Maybe download one of these apps. I don't know if Wonolo's still popping anymore. You got like InstaWork. There's various apps, like gig apps that you could kind of download where you could, on your own time, choose to work at certain places based on what you qualify to do and all of that sort of stuff. So I think maybe look into that so that way you're not like, sort of obligated to go to these jobs at certain times, right? But it's completely up to you. It's definitely not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. If you choose to do it, you can, right? You might could do Uber, right? Something where it's like you're not, constantly, right? Because having 2 jobs, having 2 employers, right? Having to please 2 masters, that can't be good for your sanity, right? Can't be good for your peace. So if you could work 1 job and then maybe be self-employed or a 1099, or start an LLC or something like that, then I think that will definitely do you the world of good as well. And I think your son will be very inspired by that. You dig what I'm saying? But every story has a beginning, man. So this isn't one of those things where you know, don't give up, don't quit, don't ever quit. You know what I mean? Don't quit. But yeah, just try to kind of restructure your strategy. You know, think about it a little bit more and apply yourself in a different way, my guy. But big up yourself, Terrence B. You are a superhero for your family, bro. If no one ever tells you that, that's because a lot of people don't see what it is that you're going through, and then maybe most people don't care. But at the end of the day, you know what it is that you're going through, and you're a superhero, man. Big up yourself. Vergie Young says already done both. By both, you mean liked and subscribed? Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, smooth. So we've gone up 8 subscribers, so he ain't lying. Art of Mine says, tell us about your baby mama. I don't got a baby mama. I have an ex-wife. I was actually married. I got married early when I was 23. But it's one of those things where I don't want to get too deep into this, right? But I see where sort of how people are programmed, right? It all boils down to how people are programmed. Like the modern Western relationship is programmed to fail. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. You can add to that or subtract from that however you so choose. But until relationships in the West start to evolve, right, in order to incorporate the feelings and the love and, how would I put this now? The feelings, the love, the needs of everyone in the relationship, not just one-sided, right? It's not just about me or about you only, right? It's about us. Until it's restructured and until people are programmed to realize that that's what it's about us, not just about me, then yeah, Western relationships are just destined to continue to fail. I'm just being honest. That will change at some point, but that's just how things are right now. Bert J says you got nice hair, man. I appreciate that, Bert J. I appreciate that. We are all children of God, says Natasha Skell. Thank you so much, Natasha. Thank you so much. Natasha says you have kind eyes. I appreciate that. Thank you, Natasha. I thank you for that. Sincerely appreciate it. Big up yourself. Bro, you look like Kailu. Not entirely sure who that is. I could compare it to somebody new every single day. Every single day I get compared to somebody new. I've heard Ice Cube. Earlier today somebody said Roman Reigns. I didn't see that at all. Right? Maybe the sort of dark hair and sort of the dark beard. Well, I do have some gray in it as well. Does Roman? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know. Thrifty says, my day was good and productive. Am I going slow with the reading of these messages? Because Thrifty, I asked Thrifty a while ago. Sorry about that, Thrifty. Sorry, I'm just getting to it right now. But Thrifty said my day was good and productive. I'm glad to hear that, Thrifty. Excellent. It's excellent to hear. Somebody says, or your crusty beard. That is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Yeah. Did I oil my beard? I don't think I oiled my beard tonight. So yeah. You're probably right. It may be a little crusty. But it feels soft. Ooh. Feels so soft. Salam alaikum from Indonesia. Big up yourself, Zidane RM. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining us from Indonesia. Indonesia. Wow. You see? We connect with people all over the world, and none of this, absolutely none of this, nothing, none of this is just by coincidence. All of this happens for a reason, and I sincerely appreciate you, Zidane. As I sift through these messages, I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. Yes, says Chrysisus Prod. Not entirely sure. What's going on? Killer B 101 says, "Do you do drugs?" I'm not sure if I could say that word. I do not, sir or miss. Sacalabolista says, Chapatequila. Somebody says, booed shot eyes. ASF. Well, I don't know. I'm probably not the one with the, I think you're trying to say bloodshot eyes. But I'm probably not the one with bloodshot eyes, provided the fact that you didn't spell bloodshot correctly just now, Mr. Killer B. But big up yourself either way. Big up yourself either way. I see you tried to troll just now, but you failed at it. Huey Ray says facts. Carpe By says for real. He's high on life. You goddamn right, I'm high on life. I do not do drugs. Maybe he's kind of looking at my hair and kind of how I wear my beard and stuff like that. So he might feel as if I do drugs, but no. We don't do drugs. We don't endorse drugs. Nothing of that nature. You know. But I did, at one point, I did smoke a weed. I did smoke weed, but I haven't smoked weed since mid 2022. So since the summer of 2022. So a little over 2 years. Speaking Ebonics, probably going to say Jesus is black or something. See, there you go. Carpe By it. I think you just joined us because we actually touched on that. Okay, so what can I say about that? Because before you got here, right, if you rewind the video, you would see that I said that it doesn't matter what color Jesus was, right? And I said something along the lines that I think Jesus may have been mixed with everything. And I also said that he may not have been just one race, right? And that it was the message that matters more than anything else. So, Mr. Carpe By it, maybe you should kind of rewind the video and go see, right? Because, see, people kind of judge things based on what it is that they see, but they don't look deep enough to really understand the nucleus of what it is that you have to offer, or what it is that you're actually saying, right? So that's rather unfortunate, man, because you're probably going to miss out on some really, really enlightening content. I ain't hating, just confused, dog, says Killer B. Amen, brother, says Hugh Ray. Hi, says Sure Doe. Is it fact? No. I'll let him hate. Laugh out loud. No, let him hate. I want to tithe my 10%, but the actual way. So when I get a 10th cow, I'm taking it to church with me. I'm sorry, 7th floor. I don't understand what it is that you're saying. Sourdough says, hello. How are you, Sourdough? Sometimes it's good to talk about stuff you don't know. If he don't give a comment to help educate him on what you feel he's wrong about. 7 subscribers, simplicity. 7? Is it still 7? No, it's 8. It's 8. We had 8 new subscribers tonight. So thank you guys very much. 26 likes. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys are still subscribing to the channel, right? So I think right now, the goal initially was to get 10, but I think we could get to 425 by the end of this stream. I think we could get to 425 subscribers by the end of the stream. So guys, please make sure you're subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Somebody says you are Black Jesus with dreads. I hear that joke every single night. It is kind of old at this point, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, somebody said that last night and the night before that and last week, right? Shout outs to Jesus, but I am not Jesus. Nah, these are not twists. These are dreads, but I just I pulled them out. I pulled them out. But yeah, these are actual dreads, not twists. But yeah, I just I kind of twisted it today and then I just pulled it out. I was wondering if maybe one of those days you could maybe do a late night live on monkeypox. That might be an interesting question, but I feel like you would get on that topic pretty good. Well, to be honest with you, Reagan Riggs, I don't really know much about monkeypox, to be completely honest. I don't know anything about monkeypox at all. Maybe I'll look into it, but I don't know much about it. They both look dirty, no different to me, says Carpe. And I know you don't do lives about that stuff. So yeah. I'll look into it. Not entirely sure. I don't really know much about monkeypox. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But what do you know about monkeypox? If you care to share. I got a question. If vibration frequency is right, do it clap? What? Umaga. Please rephrase that question. I was really taken aback by that. I was a little confused by what it is that you're saying or what it is that you're trying to say. Maybe you're not maybe you're not phrasing that question the right way because I don't understand what you're saying. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Let me read it again. I got a question. If the vibration frequency is right, do it clap? Does anyone understand what it is that he's saying? I hope you're ready for good conversation face to face about your opposing views. I got skipped. Yeah, good advice. I am actually ready for that, right? So I'm actually ready for that conversation. I would love to have that conversation face to face with you at any given time, right? So eventually we should sit down and talk about that because I feel like it'll be enlightening for people who are religious and who believe in what it is that you believe in. And I feel like it'll be something that other people can really grow from, yeah, why not? I think that'll be a great conversation. But I think people are kind of scared to really discuss religion because so many people are so passionate about it, right? But I'm not. I don't see the point, of, well, it's when it comes to spirituality, not so much religion, right? But there are a lot of people who believe that both of them go hand in hand, in which they sort of do, right? But I'm more of the spiritual type, not really the religious type, Oh, great question. Do you believe it's such a thing called sin? That's a really, really good question, as a matter of fact. Before I answer that question, let me actually look up the actual definition of sin. So that way we have a something to go from, right? Let's actually look up the definition of sin because I know sin definitely has a religious undertone to it, right? So let's look up sin. So a sin is an offense against a religious or moral law, an action that is left to be highly reprehensible. Sorry about that. It's a sin to waste food. So highly reprehensible. And an offense against a religious or moral law. So it's really an offense against a religious or moral law, right? So according to the the definition that we found on Google, like I said, it has a religious undertone to it, right? So that's why I really wanted to look up the actual definition because I knew it had something to do with religion, right? So as far as sin is concerned, the way I look at life, I more look at it in terms of negative and positive, right? Right? As opposed to sin, right? So whatever the act, right, that someone is committing, what will be the result? Will the result be something positive, or will the result be something negative to the person or to the environment around that person, even to that person himself? And there's different degrees and different layers to that, right? But as far as sin, because it has such a religious undertone, and I'm not a very religious person, right? It's not that I don't believe in sin. It's not that I wouldn't rather people do something good to their neighbor, right? But as far as, them being condemned by a higher power, I just leave that up to karma, right? Because eventually you do something, you plant a seed, eventually it comes back around. So I would, if it's something that you're doing that has negative ramifications or negative consequences, or you're planting negative seeds, at some point it's going to come back around to you, right? And you don't want it to be a long time before it comes back around to you, right? Because if it holds out long enough, right, it just collects interest, right? And it may not happen to you, but it may happen to the person that you love more than anything in this world. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So when you do plant negative seeds and you do hurt other people, be mindful that what goes around comes back around. So as far as sin, it has too much of a religious undertone, right? But yeah, there is negative and there is positive. Hopefully that answers your question. He's saying something and nothing at the same time. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. I see that yin yang. I see what you did there. Carpe by it says this dude hasn't read a book in his life. You're absolutely right. You know what, Carpe? You're absolutely right. I just travel around with books. I just travel around with books just for decoration. Right? You are what you think. Think and grow rich. Yeah, I just travel around with books just for decoration, just for a good time. I have a whole bunch of books over there. I just look at them. I don't really read them. Oh, it's fantastic. My first day as a junior high school tomorrow. Any advice? Yeah, no, this stream isn't really for kids, but I will say this: good luck, and stay focused. Right? Don't get distracted. Know what it is that you're in school for. Work hard. Work smart. Learn as much as you can. That would be my advice to you. Owen says Western relations continue to fall. Western relationships, I believe, is what he's trying to say. Absolutely, man. Because the foundation isn't solid. If the foundation isn't solid, if everything that's in the Western, if it's always about what it is that I could take from the relationship and not what I can give, right? And not what we can together create, and not how can I make you happy and myself happy? How can we help to make each other happy? Well, happiness, you have to make yourself happy. But at the same time, if you approach a relationship and every day you think to yourself, what is it that I can do today, right? Better than yesterday. And it doesn't have to be something that requires a lot of effort. Just to show the other person that you appreciate them. On both ends, on both sides. And everything that you do, right, is for the betterment of the relationship in every way, shape, or form. So that you guys can grow together, not apart. But that's not how Western relationships work most of the time, right? So until we revisit that, that's just going to be what it is. Hey, I just got done with rowing practice, says Kellen. Big up yourself. Yes, you're reading them a bit slow, love. Damn, hold on. I am, you're right. Have you tried dildo bread from Walmart? No, I haven't. I don't often eat bread anymore. I used to love bread when I was a kid, but I don't often eat it anymore. Actually, you're snailing on the comments, but you're doing well with your channel. Stay organic. Thank you so much. DJ Scoot, what's up, my guy? Big up yourself, man. Great to have you, fam. Papa Te Pierce, as Stephen Marley's son, familiar? I am Jamaican, but I'm not related to the Marleys. No. I'm related to the Harrises, right? I'm a Harris, right? Like the president-elect, Kamala Harris. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Harris, not a Marley. But big up to the Marleys. Big up to the Marleys. Fantastic, fantastic group of people. Fantastic family. Bob Marley was such a gift to the world, man. Such a peaceful man. He reminds me a lot of my grandfather, you know? That era of Jamaican men were just a different breed, right? A lot more peaceful, a lot more calm, a lot more understanding, a lot more wise. You know, and I think the current state of the culture, right? But not just Jamaica, also America, especially when it comes to like, you know, I hate to single anybody out, but any ethnic group or whatever it is, but especially when it comes to black culture, right? And me having grown up in black culture because, hey, look at me, right? Right? I just realized how toxic it's become over the years, how it's evolved into something so toxic. And now we've talked about it before. I don't want to get too much into it, right? But the generation before my generation and the generation before that generation, yeah, they, you know, there were some solid men. Not to say that our generation doesn't have solid men, but the current state of the culture is just no bueno. No bueno. Guys, please make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Let me see what else is going on. Fat Nose just joined the chat. Wow. Fat Nose just joined the chat. Maybe somebody did care about what color Jesus was. That's why he was colored white. Well, you know what? Yeah, there is some truth to that, right? But I don't believe that Jesus was just one ethnic group. But that's just, and again, it's the message that matters more than anything else. But yeah, sort of people are going to paint it based on what it is that their ego tells them that he looks like or he looked like, right? So if your ego tells you that, yeah, it will be more appealing to me and to my people and to everyone else that this is the true image of what Jesus looks like, then yeah, that's what they're going to paint it as. But that doesn't necessarily make it true, to be completely honest with you. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Fat Nose just joined the chat. Okay. Somebody just subbed. Best Girl just subbed. Sylphie, Best Girl just subbed. Thank you so much, Best Girl. I appreciate that sub. Make sure you guys are still subscribing. What are we up to? What are we up to? Okay, 9. All right, we got 9 subscribers tonight. Nice. I commented 7 when 7 new subscribers. James White says, you don't say. Who's Filipino on here? Not entirely sure. Man, I'm not really sure, but I know it's spreading and think it's in America now. Of course, like anything, once anything starts, it starts to affect everyone right around the world. One person's pain is everyone's pain. Yeah. But you see, because I don't really watch the news too much. And one thing I will say about things like that, right? Guys, just do your best to take care of your immune system. Like I said, I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked in over 2 years. Like I told you guys, I haven't smoked in over 2 years. And that was something that is legal now, right? But at the same time, you know, being that I stopped smoking, I kind of stopped eating certain things as well, right? Like I still kind of do eat snacks and junk food, which I do need to cut out of my diet. But I think having a balanced diet, I think taking care of your temple, I think taking care of your immune system. I think meditating. I think connecting yourself with spirit, getting some sunlight, going off into nature. I think those little things can go a very, very long way, guys. They can go a very, very long way. Good Clean Advice says, of course, I agree wholeheartedly. Everybody could grow from that conversation. I I can get this scared of passion from other people, but let's pick that day soon, by the way. Sin can be different for every religion. Results can vary. This is why it's important to research religion. Can we do that now? Are we able to even do that now? Hold on, let me see. I don't even know what it is that this. Oh wow. Oh, ooh. Is that what I just did? What's happening here? Which one is the original one? Oh, here it is. No filter. All right. Um. Okay. All right. At some point, yeah, we're gonna sort it out. Good clean advice. If you do have Instagram or something, or some way that we could communicate with one another. If you do have Instagram, I'm 4TUNE 4T3. So if you follow me on Instagram, we could communicate and we could catch up and we could arrange a date when we're both able to do it. Somebody asking me, do I play bingo? Eyes pretty as hell, low key. Thank you so much. Ooh, okay. I'm 17, just held back, bro. He don't read. He reads too slow. Exactly. I bet that's a kid to him, but whatever. Bro acting like he just took 10 bong rips. Says Carpe by it. This dude way too much of a hippie. Says anything for clicks. Hippie. Okay. I find it to be genuine. He responds to each comment and gives you his full attention, unlike many other channels. If I'm attractive to femme, okay, all right, not gonna read the rest of that one, right? Good clean advice. It's too slow though. I have to add. Yeah, look, guys, you got to understand this, right? We have topics that we want to discuss, right? And in the future, we're going to be a lot more organized than we are right now, right? So we're going to have a structured order in which we're going to be going through things, right? Especially as the channel starts to grow. So we're not going to get to all of the comments on time, right? We're not going to get to all of the comments on time. But then there are going to be times when we just have, time when we just network and we just speak to one another, things like that. Then we'll be able to get through most of the stuff. Somebody says Kamala trash. Listen, guys. Oh, Trump trash. They're saying both of them are trash. Please don't disrespect Kamala. I will have no Kamala slander on this live stream tonight because Kamala is a Harris. There are less than 10,000 Harrises in Jamaica, right? So the chances that Kamala Harris and I are from the same bloodline is highly likely. We originated in the same place in the middle of Jamaica. We probably share the same ancestors. So I'm not going to be disrespecting Kamala. Yeah, I just won't be disrespecting her for that reason. I won't be disrespecting Trump either. Yeah. So please, guys, you don't even know these people. Can you talk about... All right, RNG Gaming. I'm gonna have to ban you. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Somebody's asking me if I'm a female. Oh, it was him. You can see this beard and ask me that. He gonna read this comment in 3 hours. 3 hours later. W Yapper says Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, with a name like that, See you later, man. No, somebody says all the Jamaicans probably spelled it wrong are all nice people and chill. People though, it's ones that are in the US. You know something? Jamaica used to be known for having very chill, very kind people. Right? Jamaica used to be known for being a chill place. Yeah, man, no problem, man, right? Used to always have those slogans all over the place, right? But man, have things changed. Things have changed drastically ever since I was a kid, right? That's when things really started to change big time. And how the culture is just fully just on a complete different level now. And at some point, I think we have to sort of address that, because you can't build anything on a culture that's destroying itself. You can't build anything on a culture that's destroying itself. So yeah, I think at some point that has to be addressed, because again, one person's pain is everybody's pain, right? It's not just affecting them, it's affecting everyone. You know what I mean? But thank you so much, No Life Allen. Oh wow, guys, we're up to 423. 423. So 2 more subscribers will get us to our goal of 425. So make sure you guys are still subscribing to the channel. You guys did phenomenal tonight. I gotta admit, I have to admit, every night you guys surprise me even more. Every single night. Do you support Fury? And I'm not entirely sure what that is. Keep it clean. Just ignore hate. Simple. Here we go. Another 5-minute yap sesh. Says Carpe buys it. That's right. The message is more important. Absolutely. What is your best advice for taking care of hemorrhoids? I wish I knew, brother. I wish I knew. The poopy's no bueno, amigo. Advise me, please. I mean, maybe type it into Google, or go do what it is that you normally do when you need that kind of advice. But yeah, I'm probably not best equipped to tell you what it is that you should do in that situation. I wish I knew, though. Honestly, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Trust me when I tell you. Mr. Cincy says, well. Hey, you ordered some products the other day, but here we go. What is this? But didn't show up to pick it up. Do you still want it? If so, let me know the time and place. No, I don't want it. You can keep it. Mr. Walter White. So touch grass, basically, says someone else. Bro, reading these hella slow. Man. Yo, is your name Nick Hurst? Hi, I subbed, says Lorenzo. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. New subscriber. Brr, 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 brr. Yes, you're right. I can tell you that what you think is certainly, and many don't want us to understand, you think about reality of things. Okay. Thank you so much. I think. He says, good clean advice, says, let's go, brother, right now. If only I could. We'd have to probably start a new stream. So, and I don't want to end the stream right now. And I think we're probably going to hang around for another maybe 45 minutes or so. What time is it? What time did we start? Yeah, maybe another like 45 minutes, maybe even less than that, to be honest with you. Once we get to 425, I'm going to call it a night, guys, because, yeah, I don't want to be up too late again, right? Jesus was darker skinned, not white, says someone. Just as expecting. How was Jesus white when he was in the desert? Okay, here you guys go with this again. Do you like hip hop and rap? Yes, I do. But I do feel like there could be some changes. Please repeat the Instagram name for. I'll write it down for you. Damn, where's my pen? I can never find it. Oh, here it is. Here's a pen. Instagram. Oh, wow. My @ sign just fell off the paper. You guys know what it is, right? So that's IG, Fortune4T3. So yeah, hit me up on IG. We'll arrange a date when we could connect, and we can have this conversation face to face, right? Where you give me your perspective, I give you my perspective, and we just lay it all out there. Someone says he was more than dark, probably closer to modern day Arabic people. Arabic people. What is it talking about? Says Mr. Sincere, Mr. Sensei. Beep, I eat dingleberries willingly, says Trey Morgan. Not entirely sure what that is, to be honest with you. Do you support Kamala? Well, Kamala is a Harris. Kamala is from Jamaica. So by default, I support Kamala Harris. Is she what's best for the country? I don't know yet. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, by the default, I support her based on what it is that she stands for. Based on the fact that we probably highly likely come from the same family tree. And that's something that'll definitely motivate my daughter, who has the same last name as Kamala. So, and my name is Oneje, which is, it's really Oneja or Onaja, but I pronounce it Oneje because I pronounce it my way. And what's crazy about my name as well? My dad gave me the name Oneje, right? Which I say it as Oneje. I've never heard my dad call me by my first name ever. He's always called me by my middle name. I'm 33 years old and my dad has never called me by my first name. I've never heard him call me by my first name. He's always called me by my middle name. But he's the one that gave me my first name. It blows my mind. But my dad is he's an enigma. Is that the correct term? He's a very unique man. Very unique man. Bro looked like the main character from Black Myth, Wukong. I'm gonna have to look that up. That beard been through hell. God damn. Crusty ass beard. Glad I subbed to see bro get to watch if he makes progress. Oh yeah, my beard getting targeted tonight. Yeah, I love my beard. At least I got a beard, right? 424 subscribers, guys. Please make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. I do appreciate those trolls were actually, they made me chuckle. Those are clever. I like it. Adrian Bronzer, lost brother. Hey, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I am not Adrian Broner's brother. All right, I'm not Adrian Broner's brother. Adrian Broner is just an extension of the universe, just like I am. So Adrian Broner and I are the same person. Just like me and LeBron are the same person. Just like me and everybody are the same person, just expressing ourselves in different ways. Not person, but, spiritual beings. Somebody says, I'll sub, don't ban me. Why would I ban you if you subbed? I wouldn't ban you for subbing. Like, you'd only get banned for, like, doing something. Like, nobody's going to ban you for sub. Come on, guys. I was actually only halfway joking about that Adrian Broner thing, by the way. MSU and have a wrench. The unconditional love that we return to when we die is almost unimaginable. The light of love is beautiful and I'm excited. One with all. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. By the way, bro, I'm a bit slow tonight because I'm half asleep watching this. Aha, it's 6 a.m. God damn. It's about to be 1 o'clock, right? So once we get to this one last subscriber, right? We have one last subscriber to get to. Then we'll start to really tone things down and now just run right through everything else. Jesus is Jewish. Free Israel, white skin brother, says Victor. Wish I had him, says Cryptid Fox. I got short wavy hair. Okay. You wish you had dreads? Oh, is that what you're saying? I sort of have some waves in my hair as well, but of course I have like 4C hair. Not maybe, I don't know. I have thick hair, right? Like I have thick afro textured hair. But yeah, when you cut it a lot of times, you do see some waves because my dad had like really wavy hair. And then my dad also has like my dad's father was mixed, right? So and then my mom, her grandfather was Cuban. And we're also maroon. But majority African, right? Majority of African descent. But yeah. Somebody said oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Somebody says, which one do you like more, pizza dough or dill? That's actually funny. That's actually funny. That's actually funny. You actually almost got me with that one. That's actually really funny. Oh man, get out of here with that. That's funny though. That's funny. But I prefer pizza dough. He says, "Do you support her immigration laws? I don't think Trump or Harris are good people as far as their policies, but Trump is the best option for the country right now. We all know the men who have. Here's the thing with that, right? So, you remember how Trump left the White House? It's still a bit distasteful, right? In terms of, I don't want to say, all right, he did it or he orchestrated it, but the people that did it in his name, right? And it just left it was real distasteful how that happened, how that transpired. And, I think somebody actually ended up passing away because of the invasion of what took place after Trump left the White House. And it's one of those things. You left the White House, right? And the people that did that to the White House did it in your name. Now you're going to go back into the White House, right? After you were voted out of the White House. So now people are voting you back in. It's like leaving an ex, right? Leaving someone who was psychologically abusive, right? Who was manipulative, right? And then years later coming back to that person. So for me, I don't know. I don't know. Make up your mind. Either you want to be with this person or you don't want to be with this person. Somebody asked, did I lose a bet? Oh, wow, guys, we have reached our goal for tonight. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Sincerely appreciate it. Our goal was to get to 425. We got to 426, guys. You guys did phenomenal tonight. I sincerely appreciate that. Somebody says, you look horrific. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yo, we got to pause on these messages so he can catch up. Shout me out, says Ruben Schmidt. Big up yourself, Ruben. Subbed, says Burtis. Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you so much, guys. Please, we still need some more subscribers. We could probably get to 430. I'm sure we can. I'm bald, says Eddie Edward. Big up yourself, Eddie Edward. Wolverine Deadpool. I actually, look, so we're out of the comments now. I see it as nothing like Biden's presidency. Trump did not condone it. Also, you have to look at the corrupt court system as well as our corrupt government, says Good Clean Advice. I'm not here to say that it isn't corrupt or it is corrupt, right? But I've actually said this before. In terms of like the current state of things, right? And maybe if I was living in, I don't know, Africa, I would probably say the country that I was living in Africa was the best country, right? Because I try to make the most of what it is that's in front of me, right? But based on what it is that I know, is there corruption here? Yes. But where else would you rather live in the world at this current moment? Where else has more opportunity than this place in this current moment? Again, it's not perfect, right? Again, it can be very challenging. But, it's just one of those things. What? Bruh, look at this chick magnet. I know he getting B Tiz. All right, man. Big up yourself, Luchino. Hi, says Tessa. How are you, Tessa? Do you like straight? Okay. All right, you're gonna get. I gotta kick you out for that. It's clear Biden isn't running the country. It's the people who are telling him what to do. I mean, can't put together a sentence for the longest time. But look, when it comes to presidency, for the longest time, can walk upstairs, etc. It's quite sad. When it comes to the president is just the face, right? Like the president is never really the actual person that's running the country. You understand what I'm saying? It's never really the actual person that's really running the country. America's a corporation. America is run like a business, right? So yeah, there are definitely people behind the scenes that are really pulling strings. So it's not one of those things where it's like you're the president and you're the sole decision maker. No, right? Because the people got you into power, and then there are other people who lobbied and raised money, right, for your campaign, right? And those are a lot of times those are the people that have the say so in a lot of these things. So don't think because you have it's a Biden administration or it's a Harris administration or a Trump and whatever the administration is, don't think that because they are the face of what's happening that they are the ones that are really in charge. That's not how this thing works. T. Ross said something about, bro, ain't you supposed to be in jail for animal abuse, choking chickens or something? That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. This is my favorite. Okay. All right, Corn Pop. Okay. Whatever, man. Dude, you are a yap king. Nobody can take you seriously except little pigeons, says Carpe Buy It. Show me the little pigeons. I'll go talk to them. What's your take on Iraq versus Iran? I didn't even know Iraq had a thing versus Iran. I didn't know that was like a rivalry or anything. I don't watch the news. I'll have to look into that. I couldn't agree more, brother. Man, we have so many common perspectives, but I enjoy our differences as well. Makes for a great conversation. Absolutely, man. And I'm open to having a great conversation with you at some point, man. Because, yeah, we're not always going to agree with everything as men, right? And it really takes a real man to be like, hey, man, listen, I don't really agree with that. And I respect it. I respect the fact that everyone doesn't have the same opinion and we could have dialogue regardless of that. Laugh out loud, Corn Pop. I just keep seeing you, says T. Roy. What's your kryptonite? Money, weed, big gun? Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it is that this guy is saying. I don't know what I don't know what that means. I don't know what Corn Pop is, T-Raw. I'm sorry. We're not going to be hitting anything together, man. I'm sorry about that. I see what you're saying, but look at Trump. The left has a main agenda to hurt our kids and our youth. Trump is against that. At LGBTQ mutilating children's body parts. But Biden, okay. I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't know. That's something that anybody that's hurting kids, that's never going to be a good thing. And I would never stand with anyone or any group that's doing that. But I don't know of that actually happening, to be completely honest with you. And I can't really say I can't really say that this is actually what it is that's taking place. I don't have any proof of it. You know what I mean? Real rally. I gotta boot you for that. We're not gonna be doing any of that tonight, or any other night. I'm sorry. I think people are selected to be president according to the masses and pacification of masses. I think there is some truth to what it is that you're saying, my guy. You look like you get okay. All right, Carpe, I gotta ban you for that one, man. But thank you so much for the some of the fun stuff that you said. Thank you. Okay? Somebody's talking about yeah. We're not gonna get into that. Anyway, guys, this stream is probably not gonna go on for 2 hours tonight, right? Last night we had a great time. We went on for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Great stream last night. I'm definitely gonna be back again later on today. I was gonna say tomorrow, but later on today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some rest tonight. I'm going to go watch something and be entertained, right? I'm going to say something kind to myself tonight, and then I'm going to get some rest. It was a pleasure as always. Love having these conversations with you guys. I love having these conversations with you guys. And I enjoy the trolling. I enjoy the feedback. I enjoy everything about it. Thank you guys so much. Big up yourself. Good, clean advice. Best community out here. I agree with you on that. Man, you guys get some rest. Be kind to yourself. Keep your vibration, keep your spirit high. Don't let the haters get to you, right? And convert that hate into something positive. One love, every single one of you. Take care, guys. I'll see you